that brings me to my next question. I wanted to ask you, what are some of the Williams Singers releases and new releases for his music CDs? Because we've heard about being good.
Can I get a witness that will agree with me that if it wasn't for the Lord, you don't know where you would be. And if you know you couldn't make it from day to day, can I get one witness? Somebody help me save me. God,
all right. Testify.
But Jesus never left me alone. He said, come on, my child, you could go on. Oh, we testifying of the goodness of Jesus. All that is done for me.
Y'all are some bad boys. Y'all are awesome. Oh, my.
Thank you.
Oh, sounds good. I mean, everything. And y'all sound just as good as seeing you live is on the CD. And you don't hear that a lot. Because me and my twin be like, some songs we hear would be like, they don't sound nothing like this. But y'all have proven that y'all are in real time. Yes. Every time y'all sing, y'all in real time. Yes. Wow. My next question is, who or what, or I'll just say who, as a group, inspired the Williams Singers to sing quartet?
I gotta say my dad. You know, I mean, yeah. I mean, definitely. You know,
hands down.
You know, but then also, and you won't believe this, and I tell this all the time, but Indianapolis back in the day,
oh my gosh,
people wouldn't believe it. People wouldn't believe it. It was an enclosed thing, but there were so many groups who were so darn good.
Way ahead of their time.
What you hear the Williams Singers doing now, we're kind of biting off of
what they did,
off of what they were doing.
Wow.
Back, I mean, there were, I mean,
in the 80s.
It's crazy. I mean, there were groups like the John Lacey and the Galatians, Big JC and the Inner Lights, Big JC and the Mighty Quotations. The Station Arms, you know, back when they first started, you know, the Sensational Spiritualaires. Then you had your female groups. You had the Corinthian Singers. You had the Starlight Five. Wow. You had the Christianaires.
Remember
and it was. I mean, but every group that sang was phenomenal.
Yeah.
I mean, it was fun.
It was a time war.
Yeah.
And you know, when Junior and the we didn't see Junior and the Sacred Force sing very much because they were always gone. They were always traveling somewhere or recording or something like that. But when they came in, it was just like, I mean, they were like superstars. Everything, it was like superstars. You know.
Wow.
I mean, it's crazy, you know, and the innovative thoughts, you know, and all that, how they you know, they were doing that back then. Now our father, you know, great. I think we take more from him I take more of him the hardness and sincerity of singing. You know, they weren't necessarily they didn't necessarily have a but I mean, they'll drive you through the ground. They'll drive you through the ground. And then, and what would happen is the lead singer, Brother Owens, he'd start off a song, and then my father would be in the background. And all of a sudden, you know, so my father was singing the middle part. And you had Maurice singing, people in Indianapolis know what I'm talking about. You had Maurice singing top, you have Sherman singing bottom. My father be in the middle singing, the next thing you know, and so next thing you know, you wouldn't hear the middle part anymore. Next thing you know, you'd hear two leads. My dad then got happy and just started leading the song. When he did that,
it's over.
Really?
It's over. It's a done.
They stopped, push him out there, and I'm telling you, after he got done, I promise you, the church looked like a war zone.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Literally. Yeah.
It looked like a war zone. And I always said, if I could ever get to half of what he used to do. It was nuts what my dad used to do. Yeah.
Wow.
And I think a lot of that even from back then, and then when we left for a while, we all started to venture off and do our own little things. You know, then my brother, he was obsessed with John P. Key.
Oh my God.
Obsessed with John P. Key and just the music and choir music. And me and my twin was like, "Come on, man, let's go do some sell some drugs." We took our listen though. Here's the thing: me and my twin, he took to choir a lot, and he just started pushing it. And we was like, "Yeah, that's cool." But we started to sing R&B, and we got different groups. And me and my brother, literally, we've had contracts that were amazing. That man, it's God that allowed us not to go through those doors, or you would probably not see the Williams Singers here today, but we would probably, I'm sure, we'd be strung out, or not just that, just doing crazy stuff. And this was millions. So it wasn't, but God know exactly what he was doing. Mm-hmm. And we started to, but we loved the genre of R&B and listening to different music and groups. And, that sort of called us up to where we are today, because we took all of that and what we used to do, and then we brought it all together and made a collage of what we do. So you hear a lot of that in our music,
That's awesome. So is there any particular group or artist that the Williams Singers look up to?
I definitely, I would say one of my greatest inspirations musically would be a guy named Doobie Powell, who Williams Singers, we work with a lot, but just musically, he's just a genius when it comes to music. I personally, I'm gonna say this on the record, I look up to this man right here. I'm serious. Wow. This man, honestly, he's
so
just like
man.
He has the spirit of my dad, but he's so humble. And when somebody can have the music that God is giving you and you just know it's God sent music, and be humble as he is, this man produces for, so you'll be surprised.
A lot of people don't even know
who he produced for. Wow. and will never say anything. I'm talking about not just quartet, but I'm talking about people on the other side. People know who oh my goodness, I don't want to give away some stuff, but this guy right here, me personally, and I can say this for my twin, I know too, we both look up to our big brother. Awesome. Yeah, Darnell Williams. He's like one. I left a post the other day. He had just a small little bitty thing he was mixing. It was just vocals. And to me, it was just amazing, because I know can't nobody do that sound like he can do it. Yeah. People, hey man, what's that sound? I'll be like, hey, you gotta ask him.
And here's another thing. I literally believe this with all of my heart, that God had a special box that he had assigned for my brother. And I'm saying this with all due diligence, because he put it inside of him and nobody can do it. Nobody can duplicate it. He has a sound. There's a sound, and I see how the enemy has tried to take and tried to destroy him and try to tell him, he's not this and he's not that. And it was always like he was pressing more to destroy what God gave him, or to take that box. But it seemed like every time somebody or something would try to take that box, he would go inside the box and do something and create something. Yeah. And through his struggles, it'd be like, man, so even the sound that you hear from the Williams Singers, it's known around. It's a sound. It's not. It's a sound. People can say, "Oh, that sound like the Williams Singers." Oh, that sound like, and it's something. And it was like a dream that I had. Like God literally took a box and just gave it and put it inside of him. Yeah. So I think that's amazing. To have that, and even the industry know this sound that we have. And so, we all produce and we write, but man, he got
when it come down to that sound and getting it all, this the man behind this is the man right here behind the dream.
I know I heard some songs and a CD, and I was like, wow.
Yeah.
I just know that sound, the Williams Singers.
Mm-hmm.
It's a humbling experience. We're just excited to be. You all are just like brothers. Y'all are brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we are brothers.
From the first time we heard your music, you have us on our feet.
Wow.
Yes, y'all are truly a blessing and a gift to the world. Not just the body of Christ, but the world.
Amen.
Eyes have not seen,
ears have not heard.
Yeah.
Yes, what the Williams Singers has in store.
Oh my God.
We just thank you again for allowing Join HEIRS Magazine to come and do this wonderful and awesome interview with you guys, and we're humbled.
We are.
We mean that from our heart. We are humbled.
Thank you so much.
Yes. Okay, world, you've heard it from the Williams Singers.